welcome to Mi-Soul, the legend that is Mr. Shaun Escoffery.
Thank you for having me, man.
Absolute
Thank
pleasure.
you for having me.
Absolute pleasure. What's been happening in the last few years? You know,
Oh boy, what hasn't? I mean, I've been doing kind of musical theatre, so I've been kind of dabbling in that. Well, so more than dabbling. So maybe last 4 or 5 years I've been doing The Lion King and playing King Mufasa. So that's been going cool. And then before that, I was doing a play, like a musical play, or a play with music really, called Parade. Okay. Which is it was playing at the Don Mar Warehouse. And
a musical play. That's a musical.
Yeah, kind of. I know. I'm trying to play with words, but like, seriously, it was a few songs in a play.
In a play.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
And
so a musical play.
Yeah, musical play. Okay, it's a musical. But yeah, so so I've just been dabbling in that kind of stuff for the last few years, and then I just thought to myself, you know what? I think I have something to say now. I kind of want to jump back into the music thing and see what's happening. You know?
Okay. So how did you first get into music?
Oh gosh, man. I must have been about 13, 14 years old. And I'd kind of start writing and working with like my cousin, who's kind of had a 4-track thing back in the day. And so I kind of dabbled in music, then just kind of doing melodies and writing songs, etc., over kind of hip hop beats. And then my first kind of paid gig was my aunt was singing in the studio, and she said, "Shaun, you know what? I want you to come and do some backing vocals for me." I said, "All right, cool, no problem." Nervous, studio was a big thing back then. And then jumped in it, and that was kind of it. I just thought, this is kind of my calling, as it were. Okay.
So you also work with The Influence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How did you get involved with The Influence? Because they were massive.
Oh, The Influence, man! I still listen to their tunes now. Wicked.
Good love.
Yeah,
I'm not going to sing it.
Yeah.
I don't want to show you up.
The thing I got involved in because I knew Sarah Webb from when I was a kid. So my mum and her mum were good friends. And Sarah went to the same college as well. So kind of with Idris Elba and all of us were kind of in the mix at the same place. And, her career took off. And she's kind of always kind of had me under her wing kind of thing. And it kind of just kind of progressed from there. I got introduced to Kwame through her. And we just started kind of doing some work, and I did an EP for them a long time ago. Yeah.
So, you see, the bit that always, as I was doing my research, yeah, I do research. I do my research, and you've done music, and then you've done acting, and now you're back in music. But how did you go from music into acting?
It was, I think it was more, I went into the acting and then I went into the music, because music was always what I wanted to do. That's always kind of what my mind was on. And then I saw, I didn't, my mum saw an open audition for Mama Wanna Sing with Shaka Khan. And she's going, you should go for this. I was like, nah, I don't want to do musicals. You know what I mean? I just want to get into them. She goes, you just go and see what happens. But it was something that I never actually envisaged that I would ever get into. It wasn't even on my radar. And so I went for the open audition. And and they wanted, they wanted me to have a part in it. So, and that's how that started. So it kind of rolled from musical theatre, then I went into music, and then musical theatre, and it's kind of just jumped from one thing to the, to the other.
Because you've been in quite a lot. You've been in you're in The Lion King.
Yeah.
You've been in Tommy, Les Mis.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Parade, like you said.
That's right. Yeah.
And you've won a Laurence Olivier Award.
Yeah, I was nominated.
Nominated.
Yeah.
Did you win it?
No.
You didn't win it.
No.
But you were nominated.
But I was nominated.
Even to be nominated.
Yeah, no, it's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you heard that?
I mean, what was I doing? I can't remember what I was doing, but my agent rang me up and said, "Shaun, you've been nominated for a Laurence Olivier." I thought, shut up, you're having me on, He said, "No, seriously, for Best Supporting Actor." And I thought, wow, okay. From a guy that didn't even really train in it to, be nominated for a Laurence Olivier Award, I was absolutely chuffed. I couldn't believe it. So
you got an agent?
Yeah.
You'll know a brother doing well when he's got an agent.
So that's kind of how that happened. But yeah, I was ecstatic, man. I couldn't believe it.
So which do you prefer, acting or singing? Which?
I mean, to be honest with you, it's always going to be singing. I love singing. I love it. But I see I see him as the same kind of entity. The artistic thing comes from the same place. So you kind of, so even if I'm on stage and I'm acting, I kind of go to the same place as if I was going to, just about to sing a song. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So I see him as one and the same thing, really.
Okay. Yeah. So with your acting and your singing, do you ever see yourself moving off from the stage and into TV, maybe movies or you happy in the theatre?
Yeah, I love theatre. You know, I love the fear that it gives me. You know, so you know, going in front of it's live, man. 2,500 people every night, or just jumping on stage with you know, with my band, and you know, people come to see me. It's like bloody hell. You know, it terrifies me, but at the same time, it kind of energizes me as well. And I like that fear, man. I like the pressure of it, of trying to win the audience over. You know, so. You know, but you know, if something did come up on TV and whatever, you know, I wouldn't sniff it, not at all. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about your new album. I love your new album, actually, and it's been a long time coming. You know, tell me a little bit. How did it all? When did you start putting it together? Oh
gosh, it must have been about 2 years ago, and I met up with the producer and my co-writer, Gil Sang, and we just kind of got together, and we was kind of the same kind of mindset, you know. You know, it's going, you know, we should just make music that we just want to make. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And to be honest with you, I kind of stepped out of the industry because, you know, I'd done the music thing and it was fine and it was good and critically acclaimed stuff and all that good stuff. But I didn't feel I had anything to say, you know. And then, you know, a few years passed, obviously. It's been a while. And I just thought, you know what, I feel like I need to say something now, you know. I feel like I want to be heard again, and you know, I've got these thoughts in my head and I've got my views of the world and all sorts. And I thought, you know what, it's time. It's time. I've been through a lot now and it's time to start making music and, you know, from here. You know?
It's funny because I'd heard a bit of your album back in, I think it was February time, where I was actually in Gil's studio.
Oh, right.
And he played me about that much.
That's Gil.
He's an undercover brother, anyone says. He played me about that much, and I was like, wow, this sounds really good. He goes, yeah, you have to wait for them to come out now. Please leave the studio. How did you and Gil first meet?
You know, he hooked up with me. He Facebooked me, I think it was, years ago. And, you know, knowing me, I'm a bit slack when it gets, you know, time to getting back to people and whatever. And then we got reintroduced. And, you know, and I just liked his vibe, you know, he's just kind of just straight down the line, you know, no nonsense. And I like that, you know, like I said, when you've been in the industry for a long time, you kind of get the people, like, oh yeah, we're going to do this for you, we're going to do this for you, and we're going to do whatever. And I'm like, you know what, I'm too long in the tooth for that. And so we just sat there and go, you know, let's just make some music, man, just see what happens. And I thought, you know what, yeah. And also, you know, apart from that, he's extremely talented.
He is, and he's a lovely guy as well.
Yeah,
he's a really, really personable kind of guy.
Right,
it's a shame we couldn't get Gil in today.
Yeah, that
should get him in another time.
Yeah, that would be good.
So, the new single, we were just talking about it in the green room. Sofas. You know, you got playlisted. You had it playlisted on Radio 2, and that's playlist stuff that ain't good.
That's what I mean.
How did you feel when you heard that?
I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was on stage. And I got the message, I got the message from Peter Robinson from Dome. He said, Shaun, call me as soon as you get this. So I was like, okay. So, you know, so I got Lion King makeup all over my face and whatever. And so I rang him. I said, yes, you know, Pete, what's going on? He said, you've just been A-listed on Radio 2. I was like, shut up. You know, and I know he's one of these guys, you know, he's straight down the line as well. I know he wouldn't wind me up like that. And I was like, how the hell did that happen? Really? You know, we didn't really push it at all. You know, this is just the start of the push of the campaign. And, you know, I couldn't believe it. Up to now, still, I can't believe it. But you know what? It's a thing of now just to kind of start pushing it now and just start riding the wave, you know?
I bet Pete was really, ka-ching, Peter.
Yeah.
I like Peter. He's a lovely guy, actually.
Lovely guy.
I mean, you've done well to, you know, get him with Dome, I think.
Yeah.
So, you've been playlisted, and there's another killer line. You got DJ Spinner to do with me.
That's
of
right.
Nature's Call.
That's right. Me and Spinner would go back a lot.
Favours in?
Yeah, all the time. So I called him and I said, listen, you know, I've got a tune here, I think it's wicked. I'd love you to do your little thing on there, you know. He goes, yeah, man. And I said, listen, what you got going on? You know, what do you want me to do for you, man? He goes, you know, I've got an album coming out. I was like, okay. He goes, yeah, I'll send the backing track. So me and Gil jumped in it, and I've done some nice bits and pieces to it, man. Really chuffed with the tune, actually. And so that's kind of how it works, you know. That's how I work with Spinner anyway. And the same with Idris. You know, Idris is. I
was going to get onto Idris because even he's pulled out. Listen, is he going to be jumping on the whole music thing now as well? Because if he starts to sing, that deep voice.
That tell me about it, the luther voice. Now, Idris has been doing music for a long time. How many tunes have I done with Idris in the past now? About 3 tracks.
Really?
Yeah. Because I've known Idris since I was, 15, 16 years old, I've known it. So, you know, so we get together and do stuff anyway. So I just thought, you know what, And I remember him mentioning to me, he goes, Shaun, listen, anytime you start doing your music, he goes, oh, no, I'd love to do a mix for you, man. I was like, yeah, of course, I'd love to, you know, Luther doing a mix for Escoffery, wicked. So you know, he done a mix, and and it sounds nice.
It sounds good, really actually. Nice. I was quite. When I looked to see on the sleeve who mixed it, I was like, hold a minute, this can't be. This has got to be a typo.
No. He's been in music for a long time. I mean, I just finished a project with him, Me Mandela. You know, just done the Mandela film. So he's done an album of different tracks, different artists, and I wrote a track with him on there. So many people. So many people. Yeah, so you know, so that's another thing that he's kind of pushing out later on in the year, which I'm being part of as well. So
you have to get him in, you have to get him to come and see us. So let's talk about it. Because, you know, Idris, you know, I don't watch much of what he does on TV, but I want to hear him sing.
Yeah. You know, so he's producing and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's good. It's good stuff.
So, okay, in the past you've done a couple of, how can I put it, your own takes on some soul classics.
Yes.
What, you know, even heard it through the grapevine.
Yeah.
What was that all about?
That was with Jeffrey Williams.
That's right.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, man. Well, I don't kind of keep emphasizing how long ago it was, but still. We did that, and I just kind of wanted to do a project, you know, and just kind of sing songs that, you know, obscure kind of soul tunes that I loved growing up, and just to see how I would fare doing them. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. And we just kind of locked our heads, got together. That's through Oyster Music. And we just kind of done it, man, you know.
Well, you know, talking about your old tracks, this interview wouldn't be right if I never mentioned like days like these.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be. You know, people would be saying, why didn't you ask him about that? 2002 you made that track.
I know, man.
And even now, when it gets played, people go crazy.
Mad. It's unbelievable. And the thing is, what freaks me out is when I have like little kind of 16-year-olds, man, I love your tune, Days Like This. And I'm like, man, when I wrote that tune, you were in nappies, man.
They think it's fresh.
I know.
Because it still sounds fresh. Yeah. It's just one of those tracks.
It's unbelievable.
You know, like when you hear Omar's There's Nothing Like
This.
That's right,
At
first,
you
know, and straight away you think, and no matter when you play that track, that's exactly the same thing you get with Days Like This.
Yeah.
You must be pleased with what you
do. I'm chuffed with that, man. I mean, still, I get people Facebooking me on, you know, big raves and parties that are going on. I think it was Long Island was the last one. And, you know, there was thousands of people. And as soon as the tune went on, they went mad singing to the... And I thought, you know what, that brought it to me. I'm not going to lie. I tried to give it all the hard one, you know what I mean? But that was wicked.
They played it in the Dome in this year's Southport.
Yeah.
And the Dome was packed anyway, and it's hot, and it was just... It was off the hook. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say. That track is timeless.
It's timeless, man. Yeah,
you must be pleased with that.
Yeah, very pleased.
One piece of work.
Very, very pleased. You know, the thing
you know what? You could have retired and lived on that for the rest of your life.
No, I did that. I wrote that song. But the thing is, you know, I'm actually quite pleased with just the way my career's gone. You know, I remember hearing someone say, you know, you kind of do bits and pieces as a singer and an actor. You do your bits and pieces, and then 10 years, 15 years down the line, you look back and you think, my gosh, I've actually had a career. You know, so, you know, I couldn't even say that things have been planned or, you know, I kind of strategically kind of place myself in these kind of positions. Things just happened. And, you know, so when I look back, I just think, yeah, you know, I'm extremely pleased how things have gone on. And this is a new chapter again, you know. I just feel that, you know, right now I'm actually becoming an artist, which is quite bizarre when I say it to people. Because I feel like, you know, my maturity and kind of, you know, where my head's at and, you know, just what I know of the business, and you kind of get to a place where you think, okay, you know, I just want to make music now, and if people like it, then wicked. Do you know what I mean? But it's a form of real expression now, where I'm not trying to conform to any kind of style of music or try and place myself in the market there or try and get on the charts. It's just a thing of, I just want to make music and just kind of sing what people want to hear to a certain degree, what people are thinking, what people are feeling. You know, the state of, you know, the world economy, you know, that kind of thing. You know, I just want to just kind of get in there and just really, the ethos is truth, you know?
The album, Nature's Call, when's it out?
The 1st of September.
Okay,
yeah,
so
and it's Shaun Escoffery in the Red Room, actually.
Okay, that's right. Yeah. Nature's Call is the single.
It's the single, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
Red Room.
Yeah.
So it's out 1st of September.
Yeah.
Will we get to see you performing that album live?
Yes. I've got a main album launch gig. I think it's in October, November. But I'll be letting everyone know about that. And that's going to be the kind of the first major gig. But I'm looking to kind of really just start playing all over the place now.
Yeah.
Just really
so you're going to tour this album around the UK?
Oh yeah, definitely.
The world, Europe?
You know, if they allow me, if they want to hear it, you know. But yeah, you know, I'm looking forward to just getting back out there now, man, and just, you know, expressing myself with a wicked band and just, you know, because, you know, I suppose for, you know, for so many years I've been playing behind a mask or playing behind a character, and so now just to kind of stand up on stage and just kind of be a bit exposed and say, okay, you know, it's me. Hope you like this. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I can't wait.
Shaun Escoffery in the Red Room, out 1st of September.
That's right, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.